Hi, this is Burak Yolga. I'm at Cat Lai Port, Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh, Saigon. So we know that there are a lot of different tariff issues between Asia, China, and Vietnam with the US. What is the solution? What is the Amazon sellers needs to do? What is the strategy? One of the things I should recommend you guys to start looking at the alternative HTS codes, and more importantly, to understand in where your product drops in the tariff. So we know that China has almost 100% as today, and Vietnam is 46%. But what's the relationship between Vietnam and China? A lot of companies they talk about the exporting from China to US, but Vietnam has a very close border with China, and there are a lot of products actually manufactured in Vietnam, raw material components coming from China. So Vietnam is a huge country with the exporting to US increased 25% last 1 year, 2022 to 2024. And a lot of agricultural products like fish, cashew, black pepper, and wood products exported from Vietnam to US. But China and Vietnam has a very close relationship. There are a lot of manufacturers from China. They come to Vietnam to manufacture products due to the lower tax and tariff, but also the manufacturing cost. The labor cost is around like $300, $350, $400 per month in Vietnam versus in China, $1,100 to $1,200. You can see we are in one of the busiest actually port in Vietnam now, that it's mainly focusing on the export, and a lot of companies from China, they move their manufacturing to Vietnam to start producing more products. One thing that it's just actually getting my attention in the Vietnam port is it's actually busier than ever, because last 1 year, last 2 years, even like 5 years ago when the Trump administration started the tariffs, the Biden administration kept those tariffs 25%, between 7.5 to 25%, but new administration moved that tariff to 100% versus Vietnam 46%. So actually when you make calculation, if you talk about like agriculture product, if you talk about electronics, Vietnam has still a lot of advantage compared to China to do the manufacturing. We will be expecting probably more news, but even the negotiation, I think that it can pause this 46% up to 90 days period where Vietnam and US can negotiate the terms. But what we are expecting is the Vietnamese companies to start exporting to other countries like Australia, UK, Europe, and then it will have some advantages, not only exporting the product to US. So in my opinion, you don't need to panic. If you look for an alternative products to source from Vietnam, you can go to Canton Fair, you can go look at the Alibaba.com. They have some manufacturers, but also there are some good trade companies in Vietnam to help you sourcing the products. In my opinion, I lived in China 7 years, and where Vietnam is standing right now, maybe 20 years ago where China was. So I think there are still opportunities for you to look for manufacturers if you're looking for especially wood products, home and kitchen, outdoor gardening, furniture, electronics. Vietnam could be a great country, and then they're learning a lot of things about the export process. So definitely come and visit Vietnam, talk to the trade companies, talk to sourcing companies, compare your cost, try to reduce your product packaging size to pay less on Amazon FBA fees, but more importantly, start looking at alternative products in different countries. Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam is a good option to China, but definitely is a busy port, busy country. So feel free to reach out to me and ask more travel updates as well as sourcing updates and shipping updates from Vietnam. See you guys soon in the next video.